ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिनि। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 20, continued. In the process of surrender, Sharanagati, there are 6 items. The first is that one should completely depend on Krishna, and the next is that one should accept everything favorable for Krishna's service. So this is the words from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So anukulyasya sankalpaha. Whatever is favorable should be accepted. Pratikulyasya varjanam. Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. A symptom of first class bhakti, devotional service, is that one accepts everything favorable for that service. Accept everything favorable. Another item of surrender is pratikulyasya varjanam, rejecting everything unfavorable to the procedures of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes the spiritual master says, don't do this, forbidding something unfavorable. And he also recommends that which is favorable. Do this, chant Hare Krishna. Full surrender, therefore, entails giving up unfavorable things and accepting that which is favorable. Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam. So, this requires a vision of Shastra, understanding of Shastra, and surrender to the Guru. Because sometimes we might only be able to see and rectify our life such that we are only engaged in favorable things. Sometimes we might not be able to. And sometimes spiritual master will say, sometimes senior Vaishnavas will say. So we should always be looking out for instructions so that we can make sure that we are following this anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. No, most of the things that we might be doing during the day might be not favorable. Engaging ourselves too much in material things is not favorable. So we have to give up that. If we have surrendered, so the whole point, like yesterday we were talking about, full surrender means these 6 aspects: anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam, rakshishati iti vishvaso, Goptritve Varnam Tata, Atmanikshepa, Karpanyo, Shadvida, Sharanagati. So these are 6 aspects, but the most important are these two, Anukulyasya Sankalpa, Pratikulyasya Varjan, because without this, surrender will not start. Now, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the foundation for this surrender is humility. Atmanik Karpanya. That humility is the foundation. Because only if we are humble, then we will be willing to take instructions. And so Anukulya Sankalpa, Pratikulya Varjanam. So we have to make sure that we don't do anything which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. The making progress in Krishna consciousness is very difficult. Coming down from that platform is very easy. So this is all anartha nivritti. Anartha nivritti is like a uphill. We have to pedal very hard to actually make even little progress up the hill. But going down is very easy. Simply we stop following instructions, we stop following the process, then we will come down very fast. We'll come down very fast with much lesser effort. Right? Going up requires a lot of effort. Coming down doesn't require much effort at all. We can simply slip down. So we have to be very careful that we don't ever become careless about our progress. We shouldn't say, okay, For few days, I will do like this. That few days will then become weeks, then months. So we have to, this is the most important thing. I mean, if we have to surrender, if we are still not decided, made up our mind to surrender to Krishna, then yeah, we can. That means that we are on the platform of mixed devotion, and mixed devotion means no perfection in one life. Hmm. So pure devotion means perfection in one life, and which means full surrender, which means doing things which are favorable, giving up things which are unfavorable. And this requires a lot of determination, right? First, to even wanting to take instructions. Second, to follow these instructions. Third, to get the intelligence to follow instructions. The intelligence is also given by Krishna. But actually, one of our root anarthas, main cause of our main anartha, or underlying cause for the anartha, is hridaya daurbalyam, weakness of heart. Meaning we're just not determined enough. And because of that, we are just in our comfort zone, simply to say, right? We want to remain in our comfort zone, and we don't want to take up any serious effort to make progress. Pure devotion is not going to come easily, right? So we need to be determined. We need to be willing to put the effort. So this is very, I mean, how much ever I say, I'll be under. Uh, I will not be able to do justice to these two statements, right? Anukulyasa Sankalpa Pratikulyasa Varjanam is the foundation of every action. So every action that we do in our life should go through this decision framework. So I call this like framework, meaning it will help us understand. First, we have to be able to understand saying, is this favorable or not favorable? If we are in illusion, then we will not be able to understand. Then we might think that whatever is favorable, we might think is unfavorable. Whatever is unfavorable, we might think is favorable. Reverse. So first we have to, that is why we have to read Shastra, we have to be in the association of right kind of devotees. So we at least start to understand what is right, what is wrong, what is favorable, what is not favorable. And this is, like I said, with respect to every aspect of our life. Many devotees think, okay, devotion means I will do chanting Hare Krishna, and then, I'll read some for some time, I'll take prasadam, and then the rest of the day I'll do whatever I want. That's not devotion. That's part-time devotion. Full-time devotion means every action, everything that we are doing is actually following Krishna's instructions, the instructions of acharyas. That is devotion. Which means that, from the time we get up to the time we sleep, every action that we are doing should be favorable to Krishna consciousness. If it is not favorable, it has to be rejected. Sometimes some of these what things that we have to reject might be very difficult. Hmm. For example, sometimes maybe our own relations are actually pratikulyasya, unfavorable. Um, then, of course, then it depends on who they are, etc., etc. So many things to be considered. But we must be determined, saying that whatever it is, I will continue my bhakti. I might not be able to influence others, but I will continue my bhakti. If something is unfavorable, then I will try not to engage. But sometimes if you're forced to engage, then I'll switch off, meaning I'll be physically present, but not mentally. So there are so many considerations, but the whole point is that whatever is not favorable, we should reject. Like I said, it's not a very easy, that's why this Prabhupada says many places saying that one has to be in the guidance of more experienced devotees to be able to actually decide what needs to be done. Ideally, that is a spiritual master. But, situations where we are not able to get access to a spiritual master or his instructions, we will take guidance from senior Vaishnavas. We should not do some of these things whimsically. We should do it with proper guidance. Furthermore, one should believe with full faith Krishna will give me protection. Okay. How to overcome Hridaya Daurbalyam? How to overcome Hridaya? It's like saying, I'm hungry, what should I do? I have to eat. So how to overcome Hridaya Daurbalyam? By overcoming Hridaya Daurbalyam. See, I mean, we should understand what is the underlying cause for Hridaya Daurbalyam, weakness of heart. Is just illusion. It's just illusion, right? Like, because I'm thinking that I am this body and everything associated with the body, and then I'm just want to suppose simple thing like don't go and eat outside. Now, if I'm not able to control myself, that means that I'm still on the bodily platform. So we can try. No, no, no. One is actually knowledge. We should come to the platform of knowledge. Like yesterday, I put one message on the group. Actually, for those who are struggling with all these anarthas, first is knowledge, saying that okay, see, by doing this, it's not going to help me make progress. Is that what I want? And we might be able to. Some people might be able to take a decision on that platform, saying on the platform of knowledge, okay, this is not favorable, so I'll not do it. So then they become strong. Some people, even after getting knowledge, they're not able to because they really don't want to deep in their heart. If they want to, then they will seek help. They will seek help. Like if we really want to get over our disease, some illness, then we'll go to the doctor. No, we'll seek help. So we'll go to the doctor and we will seek help, saying that, I'm struggling with this. What should I do? And every person's situation is different. The Dayadorbalyam is like a big uh, you know, it's like an umbrella statement, right? Like, but every person's Hridaya Daurbalyam is different and it needs to be treated differently. So the expert, doctor, spiritual master will be able to guide. Mm, yeah, if we don't have access to a spiritual master, like I said, some senior Vaishnavas can guide. But we should have the determination, first of all, will, desire, saying that I want to get over this nonsense. First of all, we have to recognize that this is nonsense. Then we should say, okay, I want to absolutely get over this. Then we find ways, either reading Prabhupada's books ourselves or from other senior devotees, and then we try sincerely to put that into practice. That's all. And while we are doing all this, Prabhupada says, like this verse says, Rakshishyati Vishwa, so one should believe with full faith, Krishna will give me protection. For example, somebody says giving up job because it's just not favorable. I mean, they're like working night shifts, and by the time like they're sleeping during the time when other devotees are chanting, and this is totally unfavorable, totally unfavorable. So then somebody might be thinking, oh Krishna, and this is my livelihood, how I can't give up the job, at the same time I don't want to be in this job. Sometimes devotees have so much faith. Krishna, sometimes devotees have so much faith, they'll just quit their job without finding one. Not that everybody has to imitate this, but those devotees have full faith. Krishna will give protection because I'm doing this for, making advancement in devotional service. And of course, Krishna gives protection. Krishna will, ensure that they'll get whatever. They have to find another job, whatever it is. Krishna will take care of that because they have full faith and they're doing it because it is pratikulyasya varjanam, right? Because it's not favorable, so they're giving it up. But they have full faith. Okay, when I'm taking these decisions, I know that Krishna will protect me. Hmm? Rakshishiti iti vishwaso goptritve varnam tata. One should count oneself as one of the servants of Krishna. So I'm your servant. So when I'm a servant, then master will take care. Simple. And these are some of the items of Sharanagati, full surrender, not all of them. Then Rakshishiti iti vishwaso goptritve varnam tata atmanikshepa. Atmanikshepa means fully without any kind of inhibition or any kind of mm, yeah, no holding back, fully surrendering to Krishna in all ways. Mm. Then Karpanya, humility. Now Kunti Devi says, my dear Krishna, if you think that we are well established now that we have our kingdom back, and if you therefore want to leave us, that is not a very good proposal. We are not free yet because we have killed so many kings. All the friends and relatives are planning to come fight with us again. So don't think that we are free from dangers. We are not. And we have no protection other than your lotus feet. That is our position. Thus she indirectly says to Krishna, do not leave us. Don't think that we are now safe. Without your protection, we are always unsafe. And a pure devotee always knows this. He never thinks of himself being independent. Huh? We are in the illusion saying that, we are independent. I can take care of things. Actually, pure devotee who's so exalted, he'll think, no, no, I'm always unsafe in this material world. Maya can attack me anytime. So he's always implicitly under the Lord's protection. He doesn't have to explicitly say. Hmm. Prabhupada used to say, I always pray that, Maya does not, mm, because I'm at your lotus feet, let Maya not attack me. And then externally, Prabhupada used to say, I can kick Maya because he had so much faith in Krishna. So we have to implicitly have this dependence on Krishna. Now, Krishna will protect. There is no doubt. Krishna will protect because see, the whole process of bhakti is about building this pure faith in Krishna. Pure faith. Yeah, if Krishna has said, he will do. If Krishna is saying, Krishna is saying here, Rakshishiti, yeah, he said he's going to give protection, he will give protection. Now, what is the exact means of protection? And that he only knows better. We only have limited intelligence. Through our limited intelligence, we are trying to think, okay, this is better for me, that is not better for me. But Krishna knows better. So, yeah, they're very confident, they're full faith that Krishna is going to protect. And what does this protection mean? Protection ultimately means protection of bhakti. And of course, protection of bhakti also means different things for different individuals, right? Sometimes protection of bhakti means protecting material. Sometimes protection of bhakti means destroying material. So Krishna knows what is relevant for this particular devotee and he will act accordingly. We should just have full faith saying that, yeah, whatever Krishna is doing in my life is the best thing for me. And I know Krishna is doing it because I'm dependent on him. It might be my karma phala, but what Krishna is doing in that situation, yeah, I have a situation of suffering. That is my karma phala. But how that suffering is progressing or in what direction Krishna is pushing me, he knows best. Mm. So always we should be in this mood of uh, being helpless. Prabhupada always has said in elsewhere, like feeling helpless is a very good qualification. If we feel helpless, then we will not try to act whimsically, independently, boldly, which mostly results in destroying our bhakti. This should be the position of a devotee. We should know that we are actually in danger in this material world. Maya illusion may catch us at any time, and as soon as we are a little inattentive, please note this. We are a little inattentive, thinking, now I have done my duty, let me take a little rest. No, there is no rest. We must always be alert. We cannot even be properly saying little inattentive, and we are now grossly inattentive. Right? We're just doing so many things which are not favorable to Krishna at all, to Krishna consciousness. So Maya is catching us. Very easy bait we are for Maya. Simply, whatever it is, very easily we are falling. Maya doesn't have to exert much effort. So we cannot afford to be even a little inattentive. Very important for us to note. That means that we are always thinking Anukulya Sankalpa, Pratikulya Vajanam. Is this okay? Should I do? Should I not do? But we should not go into this, like I've seen some devotees going into this, they get stuck in this maze of trying to figure out what needs to be done. And we should not worry too much also. That is why we have to read Prabhupada's books. The more we read Prabhupada's books, the more clarity we will get. And we should not go into too much of excessive thinking about anything. Yeah, just understand principles and apply them. That's all. And pray to Krishna for intelligence. Mm. So, but we cannot be even a little inattentive. We cannot say, it's okay, chalta hai. then we are caught. There is a verse in which Rupa Goswami says Avyartha Kalatvam. This is one of the qualities of a devotee in bhava, the stage of bhava. Avyartha Kalatvam. A devotee should be very much careful to see whether his time is being spent unnecessarily. Avyartha Kalatvam means devotee is worrying, is thinking, am I wasting my time? He should ask himself, am I now engaged in Maya service or Krishna service? This is the symptom of an advanced devotee. And so we should always think, I'm engaged in service. Whose service is it? Maya service or Krishna service? Sometimes we are engaged in Maya service, but we are thinking Krishna service because we are in illusion. And sometimes we want to willingly give some very fancy, like argue reasoning for being engaged in Maya service. Uh, like somebody wants to buy a fancy car and they'll say, yeah, I'm going to use this for Krishna service. But that's clearly Maya. That's clearly Maya. Yeah, you need a car. Okay, take a basic car, whatever is required. Why do you have to go for some fancy car? That means that you're in Maya. Just an example, right? Like, so we should be clear. We are always, we are, because we are so conditioned, we are always trying to do stuff. And then we are also conscious saying that, oh, I shouldn't be doing sense gratification. So somehow I'll attribute some Krishna conscious reason for what I'm doing. But actually, I'm just cheating myself. An advanced devotee will not do that. He is very clear, cut and dry. Okay, this is Maya. Okay, I know I'm engaged in Maya. Krishna, I don't want to do this. Please, please, please give me mercy. Give me the strength to overcome this. He's not cheating himself. He's not saying, yeah, but actually, yeah, if I look at it from this perspective, this is Krishna service. No, he's not cheating himself. Namagane sada ruchihi. Such a devotee is never tired of chanting, singing, or dancing. Chanting, singing, or dancing doesn't just mean, Sankirtan, meaning musical chanting. Chanting actually means japa. He's never tired of japa. He can keep doing japa whole day. Because this is one of the qualities of a devotee in bhava. Namagane sada ruchihi. The word sada means always. Ruchi means taste. A devotee always has a taste for chanting Hare Krishna. Oh, very nice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is taste. Of course, this taste takes time to awaken. But when Rupa Goswami was chanting, he was thinking, I have only one tongue and 2 ears. What can I appreciate of chanting? If I could have millions of tongues and trillions of ears, then I could release something by chanting and hearing. That means we can by this statement we can at least get a sense of how much nectar is there in the holy name. We are not able to get even a drop of it. That is our fallen state. But if Rupa Goswami here is praying for millions of tongues and trillions of ears, so in chanting there is so much of rasa. In hearing Krishna's name there is so much of rasa. That he's saying I can't be satisfied by just one tongue and 2 ears. And so we should just understand how much rasa, how much taste, how much ruchi is there in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's full of nectar. Of course, one should not imitate him, but the devotees of the Krishna conscious movement must at least be very careful to complete their 16 rounds, their minimum amount of prescribed chanting. Be careful. Be careful, meaning carefully execute it every day, day in and day out for the whole life. We must be at least be very careful. Prabhupada is saying, if we are not able to do at least other things, at least we should do the 16 rounds chanting. At least, but that's like real low standard. As in, if you're not able to do anything else, but just barely be able to manage 16 rounds, that's a very low standard of bhakti. Some people are not even able to complete 16 rounds every day. And of course, those who are new in Krishna consciousness, okay, they are coming up. But I'm talking about those who already reached 16 rounds and now they are not able to keep up their vows and they are initiated and all that. And all this will affect the Guru. We should understand this. So we should not be careless. So Prabhupada is saying we should at least be very careful, not at least be careful, at least be very careful to complete 16 rounds or whatever is the minimum amount of prescribed chanting. Some devotees take up vows to do 20 rounds every day. Actually, all this is not advisable. This is advisable when we've already reached Vanaprastha. We can increase our commitment to chanting. But generally, we should at least do 16 rounds. Give enough time for reading, and then some service also every day, right? If possible. Not just I've seen very young devotees taking up vows to chant 16 rounds. No, 20 rounds. No, not required. 4 rounds is half an hour time. You can read. You should read. So let's not go in a wrong direction. So reading has to happen every day. Chanting cannot happen at the expense of reading. All of these are independently, have to be followed properly. And we have to increase our taste for singing and chanting Hare Krishna. Singing and chanting. Chanting also, not just singing. If you are just like, if you have taste for singing, that means it's just musical and it's more material propensity. If you're actually taste in chanting means when we do japa, if you are feeling like, oh, I don't want to leave this, I don't want to drop the chanting bag, I want to just continue. That is real ruchi. Then obviously we will have ruchi in kirtan. So the standard is not ruchi in kirtan. The standard is ruchi in chanting. Then ruchi in kirtan will automatically come. Furthermore, we should also increase our inclination to live in a place where Krishna lives. Priti stad vasati stale. In the vision of higher devotees, Krishna actually lives everywhere. But because we are in a lower condition, we should know that for us, Krishna lives in the temple. Because we do not see Krishna everywhere, we should come to the temple to see Krishna, who kindly appears there by his mercy in a manner which we can see him. Manner in which we can see him. Okay, so obviously importance of going to temple regularly. And which is why Prabhupada said for devotees who are very far from the temple, they should worship deities at home. For devotees who are within, comfortable radius from the temple, better not engage in separate deity worship at home. Better engage in deity worship in the temple, because then we will not be able to do our deity worship also. Then we will not be able to do our duties towards the temple, which everybody has. Everybody has duties towards the temple. Should have. Especially the initiated devotees. Unfortunately, I see many times devotees are initiated, but they don't even turn up. We don't even know who they are. Like till they got initiated, they were like so enthusiastic coming. After initiation, gone. Mm. So this is very dangerous for the devotees. So yeah, as a temple will provide facilities for everybody to engage in service, but devotees have to take advantage of that. Of course, when devotees are not doing that, then yeah, temple will have to create facility to or some kind of framework to pull people. So we maintain a database, and somebody is given that service to normally see, okay, all the initiated devotees, are they coming? How frequently? Where are they engaged? What services are they engaged in? Okay, as long as they're reasonably engaged, that's fine. Now, those who are not engaged in anything, where are they? Are they coming? How can we engage them? So that's one service that can be taken up so that devotees are actually engaged. And of course, with specifically our temple, it's so complex that we have so many centers all over Bangalore. So yeah, wherever temple means local preaching center, and also time to time festivals, etc., doing services at the temple. So this is what is required. So it's very important that we actually give importance to temple. We shouldn't think that it's oh no, it's for newcomers. Going to the temple is for newcomers. No, absolutely not. Actually, devotees who have made progress will actually see Krishna and Radha, or Jagannath in the deities. They don't see that as some, like some idol, or they don't think that okay, um, Krishna's potency is manifested, but they actually see Krishna. And they think that, oh, Krishna is here. So I have to come. I want to see Krishna. So I'll come to the temple. I'll see Krishna. I'll see Jagannath. And so a higher level of involvement where they actually don't just see it as a incarnation or a representation of Krishna in material elements, but they actually see Krishna himself. Because Prabhupada says that Archa Vigraha is the incarnation of the Lord in the material world. But But still, for devotees, I think okay, there is idol which is made of wood or whatever, whatever another material, panchar or whatever, and then Krishna's potency is present. That's a basic understanding, right? And of course, lower than that is just thinking it's idol worship. But knowing that the Lord's potency is present there is higher, but higher than that is actually thinking that Krishna himself is present, right? So why advanced devotees look at it that way, so they feel that I come to the temple, I actually get an opportunity to see Krishna. Maybe they have not still reached the stage of actually seeing Krishna. Krishna has not appeared in front of their eyes yet, just the stage of prema. But at least they understand that Krishna present in the temple. Krishna is present in the temple. Mm. Uh, so they'll want to come to the temple. So we should not ignore this. And coming to the temple also doesn't mean that I keep saying this in our centers also. Don't become a guest. Don't remain a guest in Krishna's house. Krishna's house, you're a servant. So come take up some service. It could be anything. It could be just anything, just about anything. But do some service. Just don't come, and chat something, talk to some few people, and then go away or something like that. Right? Like engage in some service. Shravanam is also service, attentively hearing. But if you can help serve other devotees, it'll be nice. We're not guests in Krishna's house. Okay, so I'll stop there. If anybody has any points to make, we can discuss. Hare Krishna. Any thoughts? Any questions? Points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, this Anukulyasya Sankalpa
Yeah,
and Pratikulyasya Varjanam, so it seems overwhelming, Prabhuji. So
yeah.
just wanted to say that at one shot when listened that we should do all our actions thinking that whether it is Anukul or Pratikul, so it seems very overwhelming. So how to like
Yeah, step by
normalize
step.
it?
No, no, step by step. See, everything in Krishna consciousness. We are not jumping guns here, right? We are not imitating more advanced devotees. We know that, okay, I have to come to this platform any day. This is true about anything about Krishna consciousness, Prabhu. Anything which you get, which seems overwhelming, just take it step by step. That's all. Simple. No rejection, no rejecting it, saying that it looks too high, so let me not bother about it at all. No, yeah, it's too high, but I have to get there, so I'm going to take it step by step, right? And that step by step cannot be like, yeah, one step this year, another step after a few years, right? Step by step means we are enthusiastic to make progress, but we are careful also that we don't go up and then come down. Go up one step, come down two steps is not good, right? We say, okay, I go up one step, okay, I'm stable, this is okay, this I'm able to manage, okay, let me go another step. Now if suppose say this going one step and then I'm struggling there and not able to move for 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, then we should talk, we should seek help, saying that Prabhu, this particular aspect I'm just struggling, I'm trying hard but it's not working. And then somebody will give us some guidance of, if how they've overcome it or how they've known of other devotees who overcome it. And then, yeah, slowly then we can move from step one to step two. That is why I see this care. We have to be just introspective about our life. So when we do Shravanam, we have to think about that in conjunction with our life. Practically, how am I? Where do I stand? What do I need to do? No question of being frustrated. No question of, feeling like, oh, this is impossible. So not getting demotivated. None of these negative sentiments, emotions are not required, right? Yes, we are here, we are down in the gutter, but we have to get there, and we are in the process. We have to feel happy that we have got we hold, we know got on to the right rope, and we have to slowly, steadily pull ourselves based on how much weight we are carrying, isn't it? When you're pulling ourselves, using a rope and pulling ourselves up, the more heavier we are, the more difficult we will get. Of course, I mean, the idea is not highlighting the physical weight, right? The amount of weight that we are carrying in terms of our vasanas, our material attachments, etc., etc. The more heavy it is, the more difficult we will find. But that only shows that we need more help, right? That shows that we need more help and we need to seek help. That's all. So basically, is just see that is why the crux of Krishna consciousness is solved by just surrendering. Because when we surrender, actually the responsibility goes to the person whom we have surrendered to. Now he or she has to help us. So then it can be like that child who just put his problem to parents and then he runs away to play, but he's ready to also accept what they're saying. Otherwise, there's no use. So we surrender to somebody and then we are ready to accept what they're saying. That is the whole process of Diksha. So we should Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpan. We have to Atma Samarpan, surrender ourselves. Full surrender has to happen at the time of Diksha. Not this, just for the lip service. Lip service Diksha. Okay, I'm done. I'm initiated. Then what? Nothing over. No, sorry, this is the beginning. And what is the beginning? Is giving up independence, surrendering fully to the instructions of Guru, hearing from Guru, knowing what I am to do, what I should not do, following those instructions. So yeah, it don't we should never get overwhelmed with anything. It's good to know, if our goal was so easy, then we would have thought, it's okay. Yeah, so goal is not easy. That's clear. But goal is also achieving this goal is most blissful. It's initially we'll find difficulty, then of course there'll be difficulty, but alongside we are experiencing bliss. So we feel, it's okay. I will fight. I'm ready to fight. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Okay, so today is the most auspicious day of disappearance. Why is the disappearance day auspicious? Everything about Vaishnava is auspicious. Even by his leaving this material world, he makes us remember his great contribution and his mercy, right? So we should, thanks to Akshay Prabhu, he shared the fasting. So fast till noon. We have a program in the temple, so request all devotees who can attend to please attend. Otherwise, at least let us be in Prabhupada consciousness. All the time we should be in Prabhupada consciousness, because whenever we are reading any book, right, we should remember that it's just the mercy of that great Vaishnava, who just sacrificed everything, literally everything, for us, for the benefit of us fallen souls. So it is actually our duty uh, to at least try to. We can't repay, in millions of zillions of lifetimes, we can't repay what Prabhupada has given us. But at least we can try to follow his instructions, and his instructions are distribute books. So I'm setting this up for the next month of book marathon. I'm requesting everybody wherever you are, kindly participate in distributing this mercy Prabhupada has given. It might seem difficult, it might seem easy for different devotees, it doesn't matter. There are different ways by which we can participate in this book distribution. And yeah, the for especially for serious devotees, we should be on the street. We should be on the street, right, distributing Prabhupada's books. And we'll get unprecedented mercy by that. We should not think that, oh, I know of great devotees like who actually themselves are on the street doing book distribution. They might be great preachers, but they themselves do book distribution, right? So this is not something which is to be delegated, right? Oh, I'm a leader, okay, I'll get other devotees to do book distribution. No, we should do it ourselves. We should be on the street ourselves. Right. Anyway, so we are making some programs, at least in our preaching areas, to do book distribution. But I would encourage everybody to please give time. Give time in the whole year. The only month we should really give most time. And anyway, it's also shutdown period. Most companies are also slow. They're not like working as agile as the rest of the year, etc. Take advantage of that. Accumulate your leaves. Take leaves. Do whatever you want for book marathon. Right, book marathon, we have to be in the street in front of people, getting people to touch Prabhupada's books, open Prabhupada's books, read one line of Prabhupada's books, right? And that'll do the magic. Actually, we are not We are not going to sell anything. We are just going to be instruments. We're going to be there, put the book in front in somebody else's hands. That's all. And Prabhupada will take care from there, right? So we have to just be sincere, and that's the only way we can glorify Prabhupada. See, there is no way in, yeah, people talk about glorification. What is the use of glorification if we are not following anything that Prabhupada is saying? We are not reading his books. We are not following his instructions. What is the point in going and standing and making a great speech? No use. Better don't make any speech, right? Simply just do it. Take Prabhupada's books, go distribute them, right? And only then Prabhupada will be happy with us. Of course, Prabhupada is happy if we are following his instructions, doing bhakti every day, but this will make him most happy. We know of so many instances when Prabhupada externally was, his body was not okay, he was unwell, so called. But still, he used to be so happy when he used to hear book distributions course, right? So this is actually my meditation. I want to make sure that we are not, I mean, at least in the beginning, yes, we want to do it at least in book marathon. By my meditation is that this book distribution has to happen throughout the year. So we'll all pray, uh, lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, that we can actually execute this his desire to be distributing books all around the year, and somehow be instruments in this. We are incapable, but yeah, by His mercy, everything is possible. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.